Hey, it's Robin Ellis, otherwise known as Inspired Robin Healer, coming to you on Sunday, the 29th of September 2024, and recording on the afternoon the monthly energy for October with the two Amanda Ellis decks that I use, the Self-Mastery Oracle. The Christ Consciousness Self-Mastery we'll start with, followed by the Archangel Metatron. So I'm going to start by spraying the Christ light spray from Angelic Celestial Colors. Pop the links in the notes below, and just connecting in with the Christ energy and asking for a message for those of us traveling into October 2024, and the energies coming through, some guidance for us navigating this month of October 2024. So we've got Wisdom Bringer. Card number 3, Earth School. Wow, look at that. So you might have watched the B message already if you're watching this now. I've made a couple of separate videos for the month, just trying something new. So much of life is remembering of what we already know. We come into this incarnation from pure spirit with eons of lifetimes of acquired soul knowledge. The journey back to remembering who we truly are, where we came from and where we go back to, is the biggest adventure of all. When here, despite the great wisdom we have within us, it often lies buried, waiting for the moment it is needed and can be retrieved. As children, we enter education and learn what is on the curriculum, yet what is contained within us is far greater, with more depth and breadth than we can imagine. Our senses are our antennas. They can guide and steer us to learn to trust ourselves regarding what feels right and what feels wrong, and what appears to be true but I sense is not. What sounds harmonious and what words and energy hurts my ears is the question. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? A human struggling with limited understanding, or a wise soul who is waiting to be acknowledged? It is said that the eyes are the doorway to the soul, and it is interesting that when newborn, our eyes take a few weeks to mature and for vision to be clear, as if we aren't quite ready for the veil to be totally lifted whence we came and to reveal everything. Stand tall today and see who you really are, a divine soul with lifetimes of experience where you have been tested and gained valuable first-hand knowledge regarding how to respond, react, and be. There is a whole library you can tap into to help you, a fountain of wisdom within. Of course, acquiring new knowledge and wisdom never stops, and it may be that what you struggle with now is in fact your greatest teacher. The problem at hand is trying to lead you to the solution, and the difficult relationship may be there to teach you, including how not to be or what not to put up with. There are opportunities to learn from every interaction and experience. Ask yourself, what can I take from this? And what did I learn today? What is this person trying to show me? And what am I finding? Why am I finding this difficult? It may also be time to undertake some new study, from modern day books to ancient texts and philosophical concepts. Indeed, the thirst for wisdom should never leave us. The desire to be challenged by debate, differences of opinion, and the sharing of knowledge is important. The art of truly listening is also vital if we are to absorb and properly apply all that we learn. As such, we need to make proper time for that, space to process new ideas, and regular clearing out of what is unimportant, including what we hear, for example, gossip and hearsay. Look around today at what life really wishes to teach you. There is opportunity to do so, from nature, travel, and meeting new people, even if it is a stranger on the bus, as well as going within to listen to our own well of knowledge. Jesus also showed us what we need to learn may come from unexpected places. For example, the beggar having more to share of worth than the rich man, the child comprehending more than the adult, the enemy more to teach than an ally. We are all at Earth School and come to share what we know, which includes how we can learn together as one. So there's a big learning and a bringing forth of what we innately know as well. So that's the energy that I feel is coming through for October. And if you saw the B message, similar kind of theme going on there. And when I talk about the full moon, I feel like that's going to also give us some clues. Because the full moon, I'll just get straight into it. I'll make a separate video on that. The full moon is in Aries, and I mean, this feels super relevant for myself because I am an Aries. Like I was born under the Aries star sign. So what I looked up with the full moon in Aries, which is coming up on Thursday, the 17th of October, is that it is time to align with our life's mission. And this card of wisdom gives us some clues, and maybe something is going to show us what isn't like being acknowledged in us or is triggering us, which we always have anyway, but just be out looking out for that. So what I took note of was to be open to receiving information from you yourself. And what do you lose yourself in, which is the key to the purpose of your life. So the kind of things that you do that you totally like lose yourself and just get totally taken away in. There's a clue in there as to your life purpose. What leaves you energized? For example, the activities that leave you feeling full of life and ready to take on anything. To make you feel better when you feel down, things that you do. Things that make you happy when you're doing them. Things that have you not draining your energy. Rather, they restore your energy. Just to be noting this month, and especially around the full moon come the 17th, so just past mid-month. And you may get tired, like those things that drain your energy, that don't drain your energy, but restore it. But some things, they might make you feel tired organically, but they don't wear you out. That's another clue to your purpose that fulfills you. And that wisdom is inside of us. It's interesting that this card plays into that. The other thing to look for around the full moon and this month, I feel, is what problems can you deal with? Recognize the types of problems you're good at solving, the types of problems that you have patience for, and which ones drive you absolutely bonkers crazy. This card mentions that there might be something that is driving you bonkers crazy this month. There's something that has an answer for you there. So our purpose will present complications, but these complications will be the types of issues we can handle with ease and confidence. And if we don't find it easeful and confident to navigate that, then maybe it's something to question. But definitely, if you can handle it, maybe that's part of your purpose in life. It feels like a life purposey kind of month. And the full moon is going to help us let go of the stuff that isn't and notice the stuff that is. So, and the next one is to create a new version of you, to let go of an old vision of yourself, who we thought we should be, to become who we actually are in this life, to release other people's expectations on who we should be in order to embrace who we are becoming, to let go of these old stories, whether they are things that have come through societal norms that we've learned since our birth, since our soul dropped in this lifetime, whether there's parental stuff, whether there's our own expectations on ourselves, whether there's others' expectations. This is all stuff to note as we are navigating the full moon energy later in the month. And all the kinds of things through this Aries full moon that will provide our direction, your direction. So the Aries full moon come 17th of October is something that's inspiring you to pursue this with the energy of full speed ram, blasting through obstacles to get you through your fulfilled life. So the ram, I know from my own energy, sometimes I can butt heads. I have a dad that's an Aries as well. We butt heads like rams sometimes. So that energy is going to come through, but it's all going to be related potentially to your purpose here, your life purpose as a soul being that's dropped in. That's what I feel is coming for this month. Let's look at what Archangel Metatron wants to share. One card from the Metatron deck for the month of October. And then we might talk about the full moon, which is a bit closer up. The new moon, sorry. Chakra. This came up this weekend's energy. So we've got the chakras, light body. I'm going to read the message, even though I've repeated this message numerous times on my social media this past week or a couple of days. You are light. So how easy it is to forget this crucial fact that you are light. Nothing thrives in this universe in darkness. Light is needed by every cell of your body to evolve and stay healthy and grow. You are asked to pay attention to your chakra system, which is the basis for distributing light around your entire system, both within your physical body and your auric fields as well. Light broken down into its cascades of individual colors can heal and support you at every level. You were born to embrace all the colors of the rainbow within you, and in fifth dimensional consciousness, you are able to assimilate more colors and light than ever before. You are encouraged to experiment and visualize, breathe and use colors in new ways and for different purposes. Gone are the days of static colors contained in only one place. Instead, you are encouraged to welcome rainbow light into every chakra, flowing out and refracting from white light itself, as depicted in this card. You may be drawn to learning more about color therapy by pulling this card or by looking again at colors within your home and in your wardrobe. As Metatron says, we have to be the colors. You may be drawn to one part of the color spectrum or one or two colors. Look into the meanings of these colors. But also experiment with new tones and variants. Open up to a new world of color and let it uplift, inspire, and support you at this time. Centers of such light are found not just within the 7 traditional chakra points within the physical body, but in the out-of-body points too. These include your soul star, stellar gateway, and earth star chakra beneath your feet. Be aware that you are so much more than you have ever realized. Be sensitive to how that which feels dense, challenging, and hard can be softened and made gentle when it lit up in rainbow radiance. Take time right now to feel the flow of Metatron's light streaming down from above through you and into the earth. A limitless supply of healing, loving, supportive energy, always there to replenish, restore, and serve you when called. By consciously shining brightly, you help others to do the same. They feel or sense or see the light that you carry, whether coming from your eyes, your hands, or your heart. It is within your very presence. Light and color are 2 of the most powerful energies in your world. Make sure your personal battery for both is running full, not empty, and ask Archangel Metatron to help you with this most important aspect of self-care, self-preservation, and acts of service to the world. To shine brightly, not shrinking into darkness, but always blazing with light. And I have some personal experience with this because this card was on yesterday, because I'm recording this Sunday the 29th, yesterday the 28th, Saturday. I got sick. 24-hour virus, I reckon. I called in my healing team of people that are in my Reiki lineage and just asked, if anyone's got any light spare, can you send me some healing? Because I'm feeling under the weather. I'm not really well. I didn't exactly describe what was going on, but I had a fever and, shivering shakes and tummy aches and pains. And the light that everyone shared, including calling on my own angels and angelic team and healing team of guides of 100% pure divine light, I did follow the guidance. I rested, I listened to frequency music to balance me out. I cleared my chakras because I'd cleared them before doing the energy reading that afternoon on Friday, before I started to feel sick, or I was already sort of feeling sick in that reading. And I mentioned that. So yes, all that healing coming in. And I'll describe, like, I had a lot of thoughts on, why am I sick? What have I done? Where have I been? What's going on? And I honestly thought that it was going to be something, the way I was feeling, that was going to last out a week. So I called in my healing comrades, friends that are in my lineage of Reiki, and asked for their light, felt it coming through, felt my own team's healing light coming through. And as I navigated their fever and, you know, chills and pain and whatnot, I was overthinking stuff and thinking about stuff. Where did it come from? Wanting to point the finger, not thinking, well, maybe there's something in this to teach me, like we've already spoken about in this message. And if there was, honestly, there was. I starved myself because it was a fever. The things that I've learned about health, you know, starve a fever, feed a cold. So for that, you know, day or so, I didn't really eat, but I did nourish with coconut water to hydrate, knowing that coconut water is a lot more hydrating with its natural electrolytes than plain water. And then as I came through, I started to nourish my body with things that I'd learned from a medical medium, the watermelon slushy that I make with watermelon, mint and lime juice and a bit of coconut water again. And then I was guided to, and had the energy as I was recovering, to make a healing broth from the medical medium book. So I made the nourishing healing broth, and I had 2 cups of that in the evening as I was starting to feel better. Went to bed early again, early-ish for me anyway. Rested some more, woke up, started the day with lemon water, and then I made some celery juice. And yeah, I felt so much better as a result. Herbal tea later in the day, that kind of thing. So just seeing it as an opportunity to nourish and take care of myself and rebalance myself by taking the time out to care when I did get knocked down, because we might get knocked down, and it's just a lesson I learned. But the chakras, you know, all that energy and light coming through from fellow healers that care and know me, maybe you don't even personally know me, really helped a lot. And I'll continue that through doing yoga practice during the week, and more like therapies and things that I know help serve my body and my soul and my energy well. So maybe in October we're going to learn a lot about taking care of our chakras. I might share some hints and tips on that too, because I'm learning a lot through not just having done the Reiki training in the past, but also I'm learning a lot more through the yoga teacher training that I'm doing at the moment. So there's a lot of different layers around chakras. We can keep it very simple though. And I have simple processes through the Reiki that I use to balance out my chakras. I use yoga as a way to balance out my body, and that which balances out my chakras. I find a lot of the time when I return from going to a yoga flow, I check in with my chakras and they're all balanced because I've done the work on the mat. Just let the mat do the work, you know. You go there and you experience the flow and the breath and the energy. And a lot of the time, whoever's designed the flow or intuitively brought it through knows that that's what everyone's needing to rebalance on the day. So this is why I subscribe to going to yoga. Doing things like going to the beach or out into nature, into the sunshine if you can. They're all things can help balance our chakra system. Just sitting on the earth with Mother Gaia can help balance the chakra system. And we talk about in this card, the soul star, the stellar gateway, the earth star chakra. So meditation can take us, and breath can take us up, and sound healing can take us up to the soul star stellar gateway. But it can also bring us, if we're sitting on the earth or we're touching the earth or we're out in nature, can bring us down to the earth star chakra as well. So much we can be doing, and it feels like October wants us to be doing it because it's going to help us come to those realizations that the Christ Consciousness card, Wisdom Bringer, is sharing with us as well. So we've got these two cards joined together coming through. And then I've shared a thing of the bee in another separate video because I had a bee visitor last night that felt relevant when I checked in to this monthly reading, but I've done its own card message on that. Let's look into the new moon that's happening. So as I do most months, we're going to read into the Gratitude Journal by Melanie Spears. So the new moon's not far away. It's only this Thursday coming. So Thursday the 3rd, and it's in Libra. So that initially says balance to me because the scales of the Libra horoscope, and we're in Libra season. So let's read what it has to say in the book. The Libran moon is as sweet as they come. She never wants to upset anyone, let alone be the cause of disharmony. You may have come across her always getting to the bottom of who said what and trying to heal rifts. She is a master at mediation. It is like the air she breathes. Yet, once that is sorted out, you'll find her scoping out the latest fashions and beautifying everyone and their cat. The way she changes the mood of a space with artfully placed flowers can change hearts and minds for the better. Venus, Libra's planetary ruler, is in Scorpio, meaning that feelings and desires privately and quietly are running deep. Mercury and the South Node, our past, are bracketing this new moon, creating nostalgia and giving us much to talk about. Have feelings about the past situation emerged? Or perhaps someone has returned. Aries sits opposite Libra, counterbalancing social-minded consciousness with the innate needs of the individual. The North Node in Aries is tugging at our sleeve. Whose needs are getting steamrolled for the good of the group? Yours? Ask yourself. Or are you unwittingly smothering someone with niceness? As this is a solar eclipse new moon, we suggest not placing intentions, rather observe what messages the universe is delivering to your doorstep. Look for themes around self and others, the individual and the group for clues. What lessons have you learnt? See, there is method in the madness that I was guided to read this message as I have, by reading the Christ consciousness message, then the full moon that's later in the month, then the chakra, culminating in that new moon message just there. That whole balancing out of things, that whole someone coming or the past coming in, something that is teaching us. So, taking care of these chakras, the earth school of knowing the messages that you're getting, the balancing of ourselves and noticing things that are coming up that might be aligned or not aligned. We'll know that by the questions that we have coming in the full moon message. I'll pop some notes in the notes on this video so that you can maybe do some journaling on it if you're not taking notes as you're listening to me. So if you go click on the notes, I'll make sure that I put a few notes about the new moon and the full moon in there so that you can do some homework on that. But yes, color therapy is going to help us through. Paying attention is going to help us through. Paying attention to the signs and the wisdom coming through ourselves, through our past messages, through someone that may be coming back in from the past, or our energy being zapped by someone in our current presence that we need to be focusing on. Maybe boundarying a little bit better, that kind of thing. So we can come to our divine purpose and our divine wisdom and know what to go towards for our future's sake, is what I feel. So I'm going to leave it there. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments or reach out to me on my social media channels. At Inspired Robin is on Instagram and at Inspired Robin Healer is on Facebook. Or you can message here, I think in the comments. or if you're receiving this via an email on my email list, then you can email me back as well if you've got questions. I am available for healings throughout the month, so just check my availability on my Calendly links in my services on my website, inspiredrobin.com, and that should be fairly self-explanatory. And if you've got questions, you have links to message me or book an appointment for a 15-minute discovery call, or you can reach out again on my social media channels via Messenger, and I shall respond as soon as I physically can. It feels like it will be quite an intensely busy month this October, but let's play with it and go with the flow and really take care of ourselves too. I look forward to sharing the month with you, and until next month, thanks for being here and bye for now.